What's up, y'all? It's Jasmine and I'm back with another video. So in this video, guys, the format, as you can tell, it's a little bit different. If you're new, welcome to the channel. If you're returning, hey, what's up? Welcome back. Okay, so this time I'm going to be sharing with you guys a dream that I had, guys. And I feel like in this dream, I was in the first person of the dream, but I don't feel as though this was happening to me. Okay, so in this dream, basically the gist of the dream is, throughout the course of an event that I was going to, an ID comes up missing, and it goes through how I found out the ID was missing, who was in the room when the ID went missing, and how I ended up getting the ID back, right? But we're going to go all the way back to the beginning. So leading up to the event, I could tell that this was something, in this dream, it took place in a scenery where it wasn't my house. It was somewhere that I had to be invited to, but also somewhere where I felt somewhat familiar and comfortable. I feel like it was an associate's house, maybe an acquaintance's house or something like that. So I go there, and when I show up, there are some family members, there are some old classmates, some associates, some people that, had I called first and been like, hey, is this person going to be there? I probably wouldn't have showed up. But nevertheless, it was still some family members there and some associates there that I just kind of sat down and made the best of it. So throughout the course of this event, something comes on through the TV, or somebody had their phone. It was something to the effect of, there was on the screen, there was an event that was going on around the world. And this event was a race baiting event, like some sort of event that would like pull at your emotions and make you feel emotionally charged towards taking a stand. Okay, one of those kind of events, right? Something happened, something big happened where as an African American, you would have to take a stand and say, this isn't right that we're being treated this way, what have you. So everybody in the room, in the dream, everybody in the room had an energy towards me, like I was supposed to lead the protest, like I was supposed to lead the fight for the underdog. And it was something that I intuitively understood was my role, like being sort of an alpha kind of personality, that this was going to be up to me to take on and to lead people out, to make other people want to join the fight or whatever. But to me, it also felt like there was a pressure, like there was a pressure on me to be the one, like even though I wasn't the only black person in the room. As a matter of fact, like 80% of the room was black people. Okay. It still was on me for whatever reason. It was like this pressure on me, like everybody was watching me. Right. And it was a weird energy going around, really weird energy. Like, people I halfway fucked with were in there. But I still, like I said, I was making the best of it. I didn't just leave and just make up an excuse and go home. And by the time that I was thinking about making up an excuse to just go home, then this event had showed up on the news where everybody's like, oh my gosh, we have to go do something, and looking at me as if I'm supposed to be the Kickstarter, right? So from that point, I gathered up everybody. We went out to go march. I remember it was like up a hill. I was marching up a hill somewhere, and we were fighting and we were screaming for justice, right? And it was hot. I remember it being hot and kind of muddy. So it was definitely like some sort of hill, some outdoor scenery where people were just like hot and in a crowd, right? So when we came back, I guess everybody was just decompressing from the protest and getting refreshments or whatever at the same event where we first were. And I forgot to mention, before we left for the protest, I had felt comfortable enough to leave my purse at, I guess, my associate's house or whatever. So upon returning back, somebody walks up to me, somebody I went to high school with walks up to me, and they hand me this card. It's like a tarot card, but it's in the shape of a heart. It's one of those tarot cards that's in the shape of a heart, and it's red, but it's got the tan messages on it. I'm pretty sure y'all have seen it before. I don't know what deck it is. So it's a red heart with a tan message on it, and this person had been reading cards, right? And they hand the card to me, and they were like, I don't want to be the one to tell you this, but here you go. On the card, it said identity theft. So the first thing I did was I went to go check my wallet, which was in my purse. And of course, when I went to my purse and my wallet, my ID was missing. It was the old Maryland ID with the white and blue and the crab on there. and it was missing. So I went through looking a little bit, and I remember being upset, going through the house looking for my stuff and realizing that it wasn't there. So then everybody else, I guess after they had their refreshments, they came back into the room. And, everybody was getting ready to leave, getting their stuff together, saying their last words, getting ready to leave. I remember standing up in the middle of the room and saying to them, after I had looked for my ID for a little while, I said to everybody that was in attendance, everybody that went to the event, the protest and everything, I said to everybody in the room, earlier this night, my ID went missing. And I don't know who took it. And I remember in my heart and in my mind was in alignment when I was going to give this speech to everybody. I was going to tell them, I'm going to search every single one of you before you leave this house and make sure you don't have my stuff. Because like I said, I have a dominant personality. I'm the kind of person, like, I'm the go-getter. I'm the doer. I'm the alpha, right? That was my plan going into the conversation. But when I actually started speaking, I remember vividly in the dream, I said, earlier in this night, my ID went missing, and I don't know who has it. But when I find out who you are, I'm going to beat the shit out of you. I don't care if we're in Walmart. I don't care if we're at the doctor's office. I don't care if we're at the post office. I don't care if we're at the bank. If I see you with my shit, I'm beating the fuck out of you on sight. And I'm not giving you no type of warning. Whoever took my shit is up. Period. And the whole room just stopped, and everybody looked at me like, whoa, she's crazy. What is going on with her? She's so aggressive, right? And then people just slowly started filing out, and I remember standing there looking at every person as they walked out like, yup, you too, yeah, I said the bank, right? So as everybody's leaving, some people left in a rush, some people left kind of slowly, like not really wanting to walk past me, but somebody else came up to me, and it was another classmate from high school. This girl was very timid white girl. She walks up to me and she's like, I hope you don't take this the wrong way. And I don't want to be the one to give this to you, but here you go. And she said that somebody had left it. Somebody left my ID on the ottoman on their way out. She didn't see who it was, but must have been one of the first people that left. They left my ID on the ottoman, but they also left a healthcare card. They left a gift card, a Sephora gift card, and some other savings cards, right? So when they went through my wallet, they not only took my ID, they took some other things that I hadn't even known, that I honestly forgot were in there. And after I woke up from the dream, it occurred to me, I was just laying there like talking to God, like, well, why would they take a healthcare card? Why would they take somebody's healthcare card and their ID? And it was given to me that this person had the plan to go use somebody's ID to fake an injury and get pills. Somebody wanted to get pills. Somebody had a really bad drug addiction, but they were like high functioning. They were a high functioning drug addict. So much so that they were able to blend in with everybody, but still be so desperate as to steal somebody's ID and their healthcare card to try to get pills. So as I kept thinking about this dream over the course of the past couple of days, the Lord placed it upon my heart to share it. And I'm not quite sure who's missing an ID or who was in a situation like this where an ID went missing, or if this is somebody's future situation. I'm not sure. But it was an old blue and white Maryland ID, and somebody took somebody's health card. So it's like somebody in their midst that's a high functioning drug addict, that's to the point where they're stealing and willing to get caught, but also not willing to deal with the consequences, because once the consequences were laid out to them of what would happen if they were actually caught red-handed, this person ran like a coward. So this is a coward that we're talking about, a thief that we're talking about, and somebody that's using drugs to escape their problems. So keep a close eye on your belongings, guys, and also keep a very close eye on the company that you keep. Can't really express anything more than that, guys. And also keep in mind, this was a situation where, I had people in my midst that I considered family members. I had people in my midst that I actually considered friends among old classmates and associates. So there were different levels of relationships within the room, but still, it's like nobody saw anything, nobody said anything, nobody really helped me look except for like a couple people that I wasn't that close with. So just mind the company that you keep, guys. Be very aware. Also, just be conscious. That's all I can say. Just be really conscious of your surroundings. And triggers play a major part in this also. Remember when I said that there were people in the room that were looking at me to be the person that was going to initiate the change? There were also people in the room who were looking at me to be that person because they knew that they wanted to take something that I had. So it was more so of a pressure of, let's pressure this person to do this so that we can do that. You feel me? Are you following me? It's like a setup. It's like somebody was setting this up on purpose to get me out of, I don't know how to explain it, but y'all just be really aware of people using what they know will get a reaction out of you to get what they want out of you, basically. But until next time, y'all, keep your friends close, your enemies closer. Actually, keep all them shiesty ass motherfuckers away from you and vibrate high. Until next time, love.